Breaking news! I don't know how I'm recording this because we just landed on this island. Our boat crashed and we have no electricity. Side note, kids are going berserk! We don't have electricity! Anyways, speaking of kids, only 6 survived. Myself, 2 married couples, and 1 is on their 2nd honeymoon, and another set of male and female, which will probably end up baby. So we've somewhat traveled around the island, and we actually created this map, a rough sketch of this island. And so this is where this red dot is actually where all of us are pretty much centrally located for now, including myself. I'm in the middle of everyone because, not that I'm like the ruler or anything, but it's kind of like a campfire and I'm the fire and everyone else is the logs. Anyways, also we figured out that we have mountains and similarly shaped like the Appalachian Mountains. They have waterfalls and lakes and stuff around there. It's really gorgeous. It's amazing. There's a cave right here. We got other islands around, little islands, but we don't really travel to those right yet. But we can see them from a distance. Also, we have lots of sand around pretty much the whole island, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like a desert, I guess. So we definitely have palm trees, and this is our boat that we crashed on, except it doesn't really look crashed. But anyways, that's cool. So we got palm trees, and they produce many fruits like bananas and apples, and which is really helping right now. But the thing that's really cool about this is it's kind of like a new surface to society, which kind of all is on an experience. Okay, so we don't really have any way to do the government right now or anything. We might not have a government, but for now, for the most part, we have a traditional economy, kind of like the American Indians and Obey tribe. I don't know, we made hats and everything. It's kind of a big deal. But also, at the same time, we sort of have a mixed economy with, a market economy, because we do some sort of trading with other countries. Okay, so main goals that we have: no debt. We're not going to go in debt because we don't have time for that, and it's just not, like, it just makes everything ridiculous. Also, not everything is going to be based on money, because ain't nobody got time for that either. The only things that are going to be based on money is importing and exporting goods. Like, we're not going to do it around the society, so we're just pretty much only going to be bartering, unless maybe other tourists come, but we're not really doing tourists right now. Anyways, so also all residents are equal. You know, the United States didn't even get everyone equal for like 7 billion years until like existence. Like, that is ridiculous. So we're just gonna start now. Starting from the bottom, now we're here. Speaking of tourism again, there's going to be really minimum interaction with other countries, because other than trade, because we're not looking for any fights. 13 men doesn't really work out. So residents can mostly travel by boat over the lakes and stuff like that, but we mainly will travel by foot, and eventually in the future we're aspiring to make cars, like something like cars, but we're not going to use like gas. It's going to be all natural fuel that is always going to be reproduced, that we know for sure that it's never going to run out, ever. So until then, we're just going to walk and maybe create like a bicycle type thing. Also, with tourism, other countries aren't really going to be able to come to us unless we do happen to possibly get into debt, and so we'll have to have tourism in order to make money. So they'll have to have so other planes will come in. We'll eventually make one airport. It's not going to be all sophisticated and whatnot, but yeah. So we don't have any planes yet. Hey USA, hit us up with a plane. I mean, if some of your people decide for some reason they want to live here, they can just all get on a plane and then we can keep it. That's where the money comes in. Okay. So, anyways, also, we're only going to import very few goods. And okay. We'll mostly produce needed materials for ourselves with nature and past techniques that the survivors remember, such as there's this one guy who remembers how to make plastic. I don't really know how, but he's really good at it. So, hold it down. Okay. And also, there will be only a maximum of 50 goods for a profited export in the world market, because we don't want to get too involved in other countries, and especially don't want to get to the point where we have to depend on them. Our main exports that help to incorporate the market economy will be tea. This is the best tea ever, like, in my opinion at least. Like, I've never tasted anything like this. I don't know how we did it, but it's just so good. We got the plastic that this guy remembered how to make, which is really, really helpful. You have no idea. So if you want to try some of this, just hit up Obama and tell him to, like, send us a message in a bottle, and then we'll just send these bottles back to you. But of course you're gonna have to pay for them, because again, that's where the money comes in, market economy. And if you don't pay us back, we're gonna send our flying atomic bomb throwing dragons. Make a note of that. Okay, anyways, so land distribution and location. We don't really know where we are, so can't tell you that. But no land is privately owned, that's for sure, because we're not gonna be like, draw a line here, draw a line here, you stay on that side, you go stay on that side. I mean, this isn't Madagascar. This is Broma. Our island's name is Broma, by the way. Might have forgotten to mention that in the beginning. Anyways, so, because, yeah, we're a community, and we all love each other. Like, Broma is in bromance. We love each other. But you can still live as a unit, like, with your family that you know the married couples on their second honeymoon are going to create. Yeah. The kids, I guess, they can live with them too if they really like foster care. Yeah. But so it's gonna be it's not really gonna be equality, because we love each other. We want to be with each other. Like, hey man, you want to come sleep over? Like, you can come on my rock. Hey girl, you want to come sleep in my tree? That's cool. Yeah. So we're not a judgmental society though either. So we're not gonna judge each other. Like, we're not gonna be like, oh, your house is bigger than mine, so you're cool. No, we're not like that. Anyways, also, we definitely consider nature in all of our decisions, and just anything that we make, because we're not gonna pollute our island with trash and all that. We'll have some formal laws that strongly enforce that, like really strongly. But furthermore, we will properly use nature, not overuse it. And I don't think we're gonna have like we're not gonna overpopulate either, because it's just too much. We're gonna for water and all of our basic needs and stuff. We're trying to create a new form of purifiers that can purify all water, like ocean, rain, lake, rivers, creeks, I don't know, everything, because we need everyone to have plenty of water. And if we use the ocean, I mean, there's like gallons and gallons that can supply us for eternity. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Okay, so for the labor to make these purifiers and schools and knowledge and all that stuff, we're for all knowledge and stuff like that. Actually, first of all, we're not gonna have. I'm just gonna put it out there. We're not gonna be lazy. We're not gonna become. Put it back on. Put it back on the thing down there. We're not gonna be lazy. We just have too much respect for ourselves, and we need to stay in shape and not let ourselves go. I don't know. It's just because, especially when there's only 13 people, we need to have some people to be like the Hunger Games. Like, we even made a call. It's like, woohoo, woohoo. So if you're like all the way across the island, woohoo, woohoo. Oh hey, that's Johnny. Anyways, so all these jobs to get what we need, like clothing, knitted this sweater, and shoes, we're trying to figure that one out. We kind of got it. I mean, we obviously have an idea from past, but so we're working on that. Accessory makers, like these hats. I mean, these came out really well. I don't know how we did it. We just knitted them. Definitely bakers. We need food and maybe some cake. But accountants are only going to be used for, obviously, imports and exports. So, because we don't use money within ourselves. Farmers, gotta rake and pick these bananas, delicious bananas, might I say. If you want some of those too, we can also some of those. Anyways, and the main important thing is farmers and doctors, and, the farmers, doctors and scientists, and like math, and because we have to, especially scientists, because we have to like learn more about this island. And speaking of which, though, we actually discovered a rare bird that produces these amazing feathers, and they're really valuable in the world market so far. Like you have no idea. Like they're going for millions. So this island is really making bank already. So also another thing is schools. We already have gotten together some sort of school. Like we all come together and reminisce about books that we've read and stuff having to do with science, like trees and all that. Math, we use other rocks to write on big rocks, so we can do equations. It's cool. It's like the Mayans in their calendar. We don't have one of those yet, so I guess eventually in like a million years from now, they're gonna use our calendar that we're gonna make, and think the world's gonna end. But everyone participates in what they can. But if you're skilled in a certain profession, then you're gonna kind of have to be put in that field. And especially with the accountants, like I know you're thinking, like, what if they steal the money and stuff? We really expect trust, and we expect trust in return. And so the jobs that no one likes, obviously someone has to do them, so I guess you're gonna have to suck it up. And if you want to live, then you don't want the dragons on you. Kind of doing. So everyone has many jobs, like cooking and cleaning your rocks, farming, just any techniques that you have, because it's really important. Alright, also, everything, all natural resources we use, but only at a minimum. So like cutting down trees, I mean, we don't really have the machinery to make paper and stuff yet. We're not really sure if we're going to, because we can just cut into the trees, like part A plus H, I don't know. But if we do cut down trees, then we're at least going to save the seeds so we can plant more. And for like the banana trees and apple trees and all the other fruit trees, we're going to have like reservations where you just can't cut them down, because we need this. We need this to survive. And digging for resources like coal and stuff, that's just, we're not going to do it. That's another thing that we're going to import, because we want our island to stay nice and not ruin the earth. We can let other people do that. So yes, speaking of all this natural resources and using them at a minimum, there will definitely be rules governing these raw materials, because obviously we need to keep them from overuse. Alright, so capital. We have to recreate normal tools like hammers and stuff like that. We made this hammer. We made that rake. And we're gonna make machines to make our bottles for our tea better, so that it can be more natural and just better to drink overall, even. So we're not gonna be running our society by all electronics that we had before, like iPods and computers, whatever I'm recording this on. No. It's just too much. We're doing too much. But certain needs that we do need, that everyone will have, is like, obviously the basic needs like food, water, clothing, shelter, especially shelter. I mean, we got the rocks, but we need something to go over them. And so we got the palm trees for now, but in the future, if they do end up getting cut down, then we're trying to figure that out now. We're just thinking ahead, I guess. And we're gonna make sure everyone has these basic needs, because just mainly for safety reasons, like so we don't get skin cancer and stuff like that. It's just for individuals, or at least we will have certain needs for individuals, because everyone has individual needs. Like if you get sick, I mean, you individually need a doctor's help. So I guess we'll just barter something with them. But also, other than just individuals, categories like girls and pregnancy or something. Honeymoon. Okay. Anyways, just this island, no man is left behind. None. And that's just how it's gonna go. So, Romo. Thanks. Peace out, Miss Bryant.